An opportunity for ANUPAMA to give India their second gold of the night. Only 22, and already with that bronze from the World Championships a few years ago as well. So she's got a bit of pedigree, and of course the country buzzing right now in the boxing. And she's up against LAZZAT Kungeibayeva, who's a national champion. I think she's won gold in both of the tournaments that she's entered latterly. And the lady from Astana, the elder by quite some way. She's a dozen years older than ANUPAMA. How much that is going to come to bear tonight? Is it youth over age and experience? We shall find out. Just dotting the I's and crossing the T's, getting everything ready. I suspect that the stomach's churning a little. Usually these boxers, that's it. Right up until that first bell sounds, and then down to business. And we are at the very business end of this boxing evening. Make sure you rejoin us again tomorrow. We'll have 10 men's finals for you as well. Really looking forward to all of that. Got 3 Indian boxers involved in that, from Amit in the flyweight division, and of course the great Shiva Thapa as well at light welters in action, one of the Indian representatives tomorrow night. 10 more gold medals up for grabs. Kungeibayeva looking to get on the front foot. Boxer in blue right from the start, and you can see the size difference. She had that stoppage victory in the first round in the semi-finals. Kungeibayeva. It looks like she started with a similar intent here, Andy.
Absolutely. Looking to just try and shuffle away into range, keeping that high guard, trying to move the head a little bit as well, and then trying to let her hands go the first opportunity she gets. ANUPAMA under pressure is using that periphery of the ring more, just trying to keep her moving and turning.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You can see what they're both trying to do, and ANUPAMA in red, she's just trying to move around the target. Is Kungeibayeva coming forward aggressively, just clipped her with the left hand there, Kungeibayeva, but I think the right sort of tactics from both of them. Kungeibayeva missed wildly with the right hand, but she very nearly connected with that short right there. So intriguingly set up, this one, tactically. Now ANUPAMA trying to connect as Kungeibayeva comes forward, trying to make her pay. She just, as Andy was saying before there, she's just trying to offset her, just to slightly move her off balance and then hit her with 1 or 2 counters. There she is again, just moving off to her right, looking to come back with the right hand. Interesting tactical approach here. And I suppose ANUPAMA as well will be hoping that just maybe as this one goes on, that a little bit of the steam fizzle out of the attack of Kungeibayeva.
Looking for a big right hand there, Kungeibayeva, wasn't she? And for all the reasons you've just outlined there, you summed it up perfectly. This is a really interesting fight, because in terms of those gas tanks, I think that's key, isn't it? Because ANUPAMA is being made to work hard here. She's able to land on Kungeibayeva, which the judges will see, and that can win her rounds, but she's not able to put any kind of dent in her or hurt her. And when they get in a clinch like they are there, you can see how much kind of heavier and stronger Kungabayeva is.
Not quite connecting with a couple of those shots. ANUPAMA. Oh, it's a fantastic first round. Really interestingly poised. The two very different sets of tactics. And how much of this is going to bear on ANUPAMA, who was made to work hard, but she did look as though she knew exactly what she had to do, even although she wasn't necessarily able to do it all the time.
She knows the plan, doesn't she? She absolutely knows the plan. She's got to keep her opponent that we're looking at there, as we said, turning and moving, make her offset, have to regather and start again. Kungabayeva, from her standpoint, she knows exactly what she wants to do as well, which is, you know, to try and stay patient as you can in a 3-round fight. Not start to swing for the fences, get those feet close enough, just keep walking her down, keep that guard, and just land, because she knows that every time she lands, she's going to take something away from it. Try and make that ring a small place.
And it was noticeable there as we head into round 2, some of those highlights, how the difference when Kungabayeva can manage to land her jab on the way in, the difference that was making to her, and the effect it was having on ANUPAMA.
She's got bronzes, Kungabayeva, in the last 3 Asian Championships, so she's gone one better here, certainly, but she'll 100% want that gold.
Just missing with the right hand. Mouth open a little bit, ANUPAMA. It is and it kind of bundled over there. It is getting a bit harder, isn't it, for her? Sort of strength and experience. There's the jab that I was talking about before, Kungabayeva. If she can land that on the way in, then everything else gets a little easier for her, and her size and strength might just come to bear.
Not quite halfway through this second round, and I think ANUPAMA's got some problems here.
Yeah, I don't know if she was hurt to the body there, Andy, but she just was kind of touching that side of her body with the right hand a little low, and the hands are getting lower, the mouth is getting wider, just all the telltale signs that things are physically getting more demanding, getting harder all the while. And I thought she handled herself well through the first round, but clearly it's getting tougher for her now.
Well, she just managed to stick a nice jab there as Kungabayeva was coming forward. There just seems to be an increasing threat level here from Kungabayeva. But having said that, she hasn't landed anything particularly major in this second round. The look of the fight at the minute is that Kungabayeva is going to get to ANUPAMA, but it hasn't really happened. So ANUPAMA could, you know, she could be winning this second round still, despite the kind of aesthetic of it, if you like. It's about what lands, and Kungabayeva has landed a couple of fairly solid shots. ANUPAMA has maybe looked a little bit desperate at times when she's ditched a few in off the back foot, but it doesn't matter what it looks like. She won't be sorry to get a bit of a breather here.
No, not at all. Well, that is a welcome respite. And there's another one just around the corner with 30 seconds or so to go in this second round. A little bit of remedial work required. Not quite Paulie Malignaggi style measures required here, thankfully.
That was Buddy McGirt, wasn't it? We were talking to him about that a few weeks ago when he was over in the UK and training.
Sure, boxing fans will remember Paulie Malignaggi when he fought at Eastland's Main Road on a Ricky Hatton big bill. I presume that was Hatton against Lazcano a few years ago, and I think Malignaggi boxed. He had big dreadlocks and he fought Lovamore Undo, and the dreadlocks kept coming out, and in the end they ended up cutting them off, didn't they?
They did. It was a drastic measure which had to be made. Yes, Buddy McGirt was over in the UK. He was training Derek Chisora against Joseph Parker Yeah, you see all sorts of things, all sorts of things. They've certainly both managed to get a decent rest in there.
And probably required, Andy, the kind of pace off it. I think particularly ANUPAMA, who just seemed to be fraying a little around the edges. How much of that has come to bear on the scorecards, we will see.
Just this closing spell of the round here is just quite a good example of what I was talking about before we had that break, because in this 25-30 seconds, Kungeibayeva is prowling. She's on the way in. She's looking for a big shot. She looks capable of landing one, but she hasn't. And while she hasn't been doing that, ANUPAMA has, okay, been up on her toes, flying this way, that way, but has landed 2 or 3 punches. And it's real hard work, this. This is a hard way to win a fight, but I think at the moment she probably is winning the fight.
It's a good point, and it's a fair point as well. As much as it's appeared hard work for ANUPAMA, and as much as she's been, you know, mouth wide open and hands getting a bit lower throughout that round, how effective was Kungeibayeva is the big question you have to ask yourself when you're trying to score this one. How many shots was she actually landing? Coming forward, making it difficult, making it uncomfortable, but how many scoring shots was she actually landing? And that's probably the biggest question of that round particularly.
100%, and that is what it's all about. That left hand there, you see, that landed on the target. It's not bothered Kungeibayeva at all. But that's not what matters. Decent jab there again, off the back foot, just throws that jab, catches her on the way in.
Into round 3 then. And one thing's for sure, Kungeibayeva is going to come forward. Give it everything. Can she start to land some of those shots? A nice little right hand off the break from ANUPAMA. And there's no doubt, as hard as it's been, as physically demanding as it has been, and the mental pressure being applied as well, with the finishing line in sight, it's a galvanizing effect for fighters, isn't it, for boxers, physically and mentally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 30 seconds or so into this third and final round, and ANUPAMA in the red of India, Kungeibayeva in the blue there, boxing for Kazakhstan. And it's been the same kind of formula to this fight right from the very beginning.
And of course, we're just calling the fights, but of course, everyone from both of the respective boxing federations and internationally from their respective countries as well, they probably set themselves targets at the start of games and events, don't they? Maybe the fact that India got 2 gold medals a couple of years ago at these championships, maybe that was the benchmark that was set before. And of course, if ANUPAMA could win, then that second gold medal would be assured. But Kazakhstan have won 7 out of the 9 so far. And here with an opportunity, if Kungeibayeva in the blue could come out on top tonight, to make it 8 out of 10, which would be quite some haul.
Kungeibayeva in the last 30-40 seconds just beginning to manhandle ANUPAMA a little bit more. Got through with 2-3 decent shots. ANUPAMA has got to try and keep moving those feet as much as she possibly can. It's hard for her in there. Of course it is. It has been from the beginning, but she's got to try and keep that mobility if she can.
And she just turned around or turning away. Again, it's getting hard and physically demanding. This is exactly what we saw previously, and I think that big long break to rescue the head and change the head guard, I think it's quite a significant moment for ANUPAMA in the fight. But not been an easy one to score. You wouldn't be surprised if just the sheer come forward nature of the fight from Kungeibayeva was what the judges were going to reward. Wouldn't be shocked if some of the punch picking the other way was respected by the judges. We're about to find out. That was a tough, hard 3-round encounter for both of them. They put plenty into that.
It's a good fight to watch, really good one to finish with. I would definitely have gone Kungabayeva's way with that final round. The first two, not easy to score, as you say. The dynamic of it was that you've got Kungabayeva on the front foot looking to try and walk her opponent down, but it's about what lands. And ANUPAMA could easily have done enough to win those first 2 rounds on that, by that very criteria, which is the criteria when it comes to scoring boxing of any description, whatever code. I would definitely have gone the blue corner for the 3rd round, but you could go red corner with the first 2 rounds.
There'll be plenty of respect between them, won't there? And here we go then, let's find out. Split decision, it was close, no surprise. Kungabayeva it is, who just rests the gold medal, and only just. They'll both sleep well tonight.
Well, split decision, and that doesn't come as any surprise. So 2 scores of 29 to 28 there for Kungabayeva, 2 scores of 29-28 for her opponent ANUPAMA, and then the other card was 3 rounds to 0 in favour of Kungabayeva. Close fight, as we said, all the way through. Close fight. You knew what you were looking at there. You had one fighter who was trying to walk the opponent down, who was looking more proactive, more aggressive. The other one on the back foot, looking to try and use the periphery of the ring, land shots and then move away. And ANUPAMA almost got that done. It's a very difficult way to win a fight, but it was the only way she could go about it, really. She was giving away size and weight, and if she just locked horns with Kungabayeva in the centre of the ring, then she would have lost. I mean, there's no 2 ways about that.
And that was a really good shot, that, wasn't it? You saw that right hand, which if you'd have been sitting on one side of the ring, you wouldn't have necessarily seen that shot because Kungabayeva was in the way. So, as ever, it's not always straightforward. It's not simple. And when you have 2 contrasting styles as well, it might be easier to appreciate or acknowledge or respect one over the other. So tough, competitive, not easy to score a contest, and no surprise that it was a split decision in the end. And it's Kungabayeva. That's, suppose, Andy, if at first you don't succeed, just keep trying and trying. And Kungabayeva, very much, that's the story of her Asian Championship success.
Absolutely, she's been boxing this level for a long time now. She's been around at the highest level for a good while. Got a World Championship silver back in 2014. Took up boxing 12 years ago now. So a gold medal at the Asian Championships will mean an awful lot to her at 34 years old. And what a day.